Hey, what's up, CMN family? My name is Alex Soler. We planted Vertical Encounter Church in 2015, but prior to that, we had started a discipleship kind of group in my home, in my living room, and that was crazy. It began to grow, and we moved from the living room down to the basement. We knocked down a wall and just had church on Sundays, and God began this passion, this call to plant a church for unlikely people. And I remember as we were making these plans, we felt like God was calling us to be part of something bigger, part of kind of a network or a family, if you will. And we were doing this all alone at this point. And God directed us to the Assemblies of God with the Church Multiplication Network specifically. And we remember going to the CMN launch event, which just completely changed our lives. During our launch event, we heard the facilitator talk about how he was from the area that we were planting in. And after the launch event, I remember going up to the facilitator and saying, "Hey man, we're planting in Zion, Illinois. We love what God is doing." And I remember he looked at us right in the face and he said, "Why not Waukegan? So close. You guys are from there." He told us about something that the Church Multiplication was about to release. It was called the Top 10 Cities that did not have an Assemblies of God church in them. Well, to our surprise, Waukegan was number 9. This is the city that we were running from. This is the city that honestly, deep down inside, I felt fear. I felt insecure about it. I felt like, man, God was calling us back to our city, but I was resisting and resisting. But I knew that God had something great for our city. God had called us back to reach people in Waukegan. That same night, I remember going back to the hotel, was crying, talking to my wife, and just praying through it. And there was just a moment of peace, a moment of tranquility, a moment where the tears stopped, a moment where my heart stopped beating so fast, a moment where my wife looked at me and I looked at her, and we just knew that the Holy Spirit had just designed this moment for us to exist in. We were far away from home. We were at a Church Multiplication Network launch event. We didn't know anybody. We didn't grow up Assemblies of God, and yet God highlighted Waukegan, the city where I was born and raised at, to plant this life-giving church. And so inevitably we went back home, we planted Vertical Encounter, and now we've increased to now 3 campuses, reaching the one far from God, helping them move from a place of belonging to becoming. And man, we're reaching people from all walks of life, man. We got folks that are coming out of the gang violence lifestyle, drug dealers, we got teachers, attorneys, and different skin tones. And it's just incredible what God is doing in our city. I'm so incredibly thankful for the vision and the passion of the Church Multiplication Network and how that has impacted our church planting journey.